Hello guys, right, so this is an Audi A4 2007 Quattro, a B7. So I had an issue with it, which was that lock. It wasn't opening from outside if you used a key fob. And I opened it up, and it's sort of simple to open. You have to remove this trim, like top trim, just pull it out. There's one screw here and there's one there, only two screws, and then pull this thing out. And then there are only few wires, they are all in this motor, and not in this motor basically. They are here underneath, like these clips. You can just unplug it and take this card out, and then after that it's just sort of simple. So you have these two, to remove them, and then take this thing out from this hole. And the tricky bit is this thing, you have to pull this thing away from this. Another one is, which will be a problem. You can see that this thing, you have to pull this thing towards yourself, like pull it backwards, and then it releases the lock. And there's a wire here for the lock. Unclip it and your lock is out. Otherwise you're gonna have to remove the handle from outside. Then there's a nut here, and then after that adjustment. Sometimes you can drop things and passengers just to pull this internal wire. Very simple, and the lock will be out. I did replace the lock, but it wasn't the lock. It was because of this motor, and looks like it's a very common issue. Just in case if your motor doesn't respond, your lock won't work either. And there are a few other issues because it's a CAN bus, and one thing goes and then so many other things can get affected. And then after that I disconnected the motor wire and tested the lock. That's what you should be doing. Disconnect the lock, the motor, and then test the lock, rather than going through all that problem and ordering a new lock. Before you order a new lock, best thing is to remove the card, disconnect the motor from here, and then close the door, test it. If it works, then it's not the lock, because most people, they order the lock first and then go through all this problem, and then you don't order this motor, and then you have to wait another week or so, or you can pick it up on the same day. Most people work on Saturday and Sunday, so it will save you time. When you have this issue, remove the card, disconnect this cable for this motor, test the lock, lock it, unlock it from outside. If it works, fine. Otherwise, yeah, it could be the lock. And in my case it was the motor. And funny thing is, this motor itself, you can see is rusted where motor works. But what the problem is, you can see the cogs is broken from here. Look at that, this thing is broken, can't glue it, so now I'm gonna have to get this new thing. And like I say, it's broken from here. Looks like there's a lot of rust, and yeah, so this was the thing, which was because it was stock, and that stopped working, and then it's caused a problem with the, probably water might have gone in, or it looks sealed, but this was the cause. Yeah, just in case if you come across this thing, just follow the steps, like try this one, unplug, test the lock. If it's not the lock, check your window. If your window isn't working, it could be this thing or it could be outside. So this is a common thing probably. This cock breaks, and yeah, I hope this will help. Any questions, just drop me a message. Thanks for watching.